Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm just going to get into it immediately and introduce you to your main card, the one you chose. It looks like this, and this is actually the Emperor card with sovereign cohesion. And this reading is all about the future version of you, where you're headed, where you're going, and what will happen when you're there in this particular timeline that tarot will look into. And what I see just by starting off with this main card is that where you will be an immediate effect or result of a challenge that you've overcome that is directly connected to your willpower. So it can be a situation, what I'm seeing mostly is a situation where you felt that your willpower or your power or the sovereignty over yourself has been threatened maybe, or put under some kind of restriction, where you've felt that your power has been like taken away from you, or you gave it away maybe with the best intentions. Maybe you didn't even know that that was what you're doing. But that is what I'm seeing, like where you will be is because you would have overcome this challenge. I also see I'm just gonna fix this. I also see a contract for you. That contract will immediately, when it's signed, bring in stability and peace into your life. Let me complete your main card by taking out some charms for you. I'm closing my eyes. I'm taking that one and another one more. It's this one. Okay. So you have the coat hanger, and this is a fish. Oh, it reminds me of the fish in Lenormand. Speaking of auspicious times, lucky times, that good luck will be manifested in your life from the deepest parts of your heart to create a more stable life that you can use to move on from certain things and move towards the things that you feel are much more aligned with, just the true authentic expression of who you are. And with the coat hanger, it's called, I just see you being able to relax. If you've had different roles taken on that you had to take on, there was no other option for you than maybe to push yourself a little bit too much, to bend yourself a little bit too much in a situation. You know what? Well done, good job. You did what you had to do, but that won't be forever. You will remove some of the roles that you've had in your life that are just standing in your way of expressing who you are in your everyday life. Because what I see for you, Pile 1, is that what tarot is speaking about is your everyday life, how that will transform into you being able to find the true expression of your authenticity in your everyday life. And for some of you, or for the majority of this group, I just see there is a contract that is for you. Of course, it can be what is called or considered a soul contract being fulfilled for you. When that is fulfilled, when you experience the fulfillment of it, you will also be in a much more stable position in your life. That is what this contract will give you. But I also see it being like a physical contract, something you will write, something that will have your name on it. Okay, so I will now shuffle your decks, and You're so welcome to join me in the shuffling process by just staying with me, taking deep breaths, setting an intention to understand what in this message is for you, so that you can prepare yourself for the amazing things that is to come for you. Or if you would like to make your own twist to this reading, you can take out your own decks and shuffle them together with me and take out your own cards to complete this general reading and turning it much more into a personal reading that way. Okay, so now I'll just start. And you know what? These two fell out, so I didn't even have to shuffle this deck. Okay, so let's see. The future version of you. We have one card that already flipped open, but I want to wait with these, and I think I'll start with your sacred sites to look into like the process of taking you into this future version of you. So let's see what sacred sites you got. Stonehenge. So there's definitely, you know, your authority is coming back into your life. Look, you got two very strong characters in the only two cards that are on the table for you. So, you know, your willpower, or where you've given away your power, your wishes, how you would like things to be for you, you're definitely reclaiming that and learning from the past, why you did what you did, why you chose to do what you did. And I don't see you wanting to redo it, or like feeling that, oh, if that would happen again, I will know what to do. It's not that type of energy surrounding. It's more like, okay, it happened once, I know why, and I will make sure that it never happens again. It's more those types of energies surrounding you. The next sacred site you have is the Vatican. You know, you will hold your ground like for the rest of your life. It will be like a mantra you will have to stay true to who you are. And for some of you, the contract can actually be a working place, a job situation where you will end a contract and be like, never again. I will never again compromise with who I am when it comes to the profession I have, to the job I have. Also, major emperor energy surrounding the aspect of our life that has to do with our job and our profession. I feel that you will take us a few steps back and really re-examine your situation, no matter what the situation is about, no matter what this contract is about. And you will really come to the conclusion of never again. Like, I get why that happened. There was some reasons for that to happen. Even though I did my best, I still feel like I don't want to do that again. And I will really make sure that all the steps I take moving forward from now on will put me in a position where I decide much more what it is that I will do. Okay, so I feel like these ones will be appropriate now. You have sensuality with 21. The position you will be at in this timeline that tarot is showing all of us, it will be much more pleasurable for you because you will feel totally in charge of this situation. You will feel like your needs are being met in an easy way without you having to compromise too much about it. And that is why you will be able to relax, to allow things to come in without having to, examine everything that wants to come into your life, because you will almost assume that everything coming in will be a result of your will that you showed when you broke a contract and signed a new contract. You also have friendship with number 14. Sorry, I didn't read what this card said. So the sensuality card says, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Exactly. So the freedom you will explore basing on your emperorship in your life will be taking in a lot of things into your life. So this isn't just one thing that I see for you. The one thing I see that has to do with a contract and your willpower will spread out in many aspects of your life. So friendship says, bring to me friendship true, sharing, laughter, understanding too. So there is a repetitiveness in both of these cards of the things that will enter your life. And to keep it general, it will affect many aspects of your life. But the basic of it all has to do with your everyday life, where you live, what you choose to do to support yourself financially, and the moments in between what is your free time and those things. So it is your house where you live is your free time. That is your sacred space. And then you have what you offer to the world as being your profession. Those will be in so much harmony that you will feel how it affects the other aspects of your life. Okay, your angel number cards are 0909 with new beginnings, great chance, opportunity, courage, accomplishment, endings, conclusions, big love, new beginnings and endings of contracts of some sort for you. Okay, you reclaiming your position as the emperor of your life. Who's the king in your kingdom? You are. You will get to decide and to live out your free will in how you want your everyday life to look like. So the card also says, look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You are completing something major. It feels good to level up, huh? close the old chapter. A new adventure will unravel. You know, the reason, again, why you will love this new beginning and be on board with it will be because you know that you created it by simply willing something new, wanting something new. And you know, to get there, you have to close some old chapter. One chapter will be major for you to close. And you know, it also gives me the idea here that you completing something major, why you might have agreed to this thing that you will close, that you will end this contract, could have been a misunderstanding about your purpose and why you are here. That could have been you trying something with the best intentions, thinking that by doing this, I'm exploring my free will. I'm exploring why I'm here. And it could have, like, you know, taken you into a space, into a situation that is really not for you. And you will come to this conclusion like, oh, this was a misunderstanding. That's okay. That happens. I will close this door and I will go in the direction that I am now much more certain of is for me. The other angel number is 0101 with belief system. Go after what you want. Unique, destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, appreciation, and gratitude. You're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. Embrace what makes you difference. That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. So you know, you got some great advice in this card. And I don't think there's so much more to add to the advice that came through in this card. But I think that the main number for you are zeros. You have 4 zeros coming through for you. Speaking of, you know, it's like the egg before it, what's the word? Before it opens up. Whatever word. I know there's a word for that. But that is the beginning that has its source, its starting point from the source. So listen, Pile 1, you're really stepping all the way back to your source, to the most authentic place you could ever find that has to do with you. And you will almost rebuild your life or a major aspect of your life from going back to source, to the zero. All of the energies that are surrounding the powerful number that is 0. You will go back to source and to your own source. And that will be your starting point. I also see a timing for you that has to do with maximum 1 year. So you might actually be right in the middle of contemplating ending something, ending a contract, shifting something, making sure that some aspect of your life, something that is right now taking up space in your life, will be part of your past. That could be the phase of the process where most of you are right now. Okay, let's look at the flower message that you have. You have the everlasting daisy with fortitude. Be brave and dig deep. And we also have cactus flower and endurance. Hold on. You can do this. So yeah, definitely most of you are in the beginning phase of this process because you're ending something that you had the best intentions of when you entered it, when you started it, when you agreed to do it, to be there. This might be like a recalibration of getting to know yourself also, because you might have misinterpreted some aspects of your character, of your true self, your truest self. You know what I mean when I say that. When you agreed to do this thing that you will make sure is part of your past. So there is a lot of self-exploration to do right now in your life. And the self-exploration, the advice for you from the cards that has been, especially your angel number cards, is to start to explore the unique aspects of you, because that is what you will use to rebuild or build, maybe for the first time ever, the new chapter with this new contract. To get to know yourself, you need to dig deep into the unique traits that you have. That is what will guide you in a very clear way. You know, really, like if you've been a bit confused and had like brain fog and not knowing exactly where to direct your feet, you will find that the solution to that is to, get to know your unique traits from an authentic place inside of you, not from a place that tries to overcompensate for not being able to express these unique traits. That is still you being in a bit of a fog. And if that is where you are, that is fine. Then that is what you need to do as part of the process to be able to hold your unique traits in your hand from an authentic perspective. So just trust the process wherever you are in this process. If you're experiencing unbalanced things when it comes to your personality and your character, especially how you are unique, just trust that. That will be evened out soon for you, so that you can start to use that as a guiding light, as your northern star, to reach for that. Okay, and now is the time for your tarot cards. Okay, you have Justice. You're definitely, like, 2024 will play such a huge role in getting on the right path for you. The path that was always for you. You got the Justice card as your first card. That is powerful. The Six of Wands. So, some of you definitely, like, on your path, there is recognition and being seen. So, of course, your advice in this reading is to get comfortable with your uniqueness, because your uniqueness will be seen in some way, on some level, and that experience will be pleasurable for you if you're comfortable with your uniqueness. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Moon. Part of the past, because this is your future, right? The future version of you. But part of the past that could have been, like, very enhanced in 2023, I see there are some energies of you, holding back, hiding behind something. You know how deep this goes when it comes to your skills, your uniqueness. And there is something that is keeping you on the standby, watching others do what you love, but you're making sure, almost like you're sitting on the bench. You're waiting for someone to call out your name so that it's your turn. But there's almost like an experience between you and your unique gifts that is a bit uncertain, that you don't know maybe how to express it in the physical reality. Like, okay, if my name is called out now, what do I do? How do I show up with this? You know, and the Seven of Pentacles here is speaking of a specific timing where you will meet your unique self in a... I will be honest with you now, okay? You will meet your unique self in a challenging way. By doing that, you will remove every obstacle that is between you and these unique traits that will help you get going into this future version of you where there is some kind of recognition. Okay? You know, all of this is also pointing towards, you know, the karma card in your reading, that it will be completed and fulfilled. There is an ending so that you can start a new beginning. Between these two timestamps, there is a process of you getting in deep contact with your true, authentic, unique skills and knowing how to show up with them. Okay, you have the sun. You have the sun and the moon, you know, from darkness to light. If there is some sort of shadow work that will be done, or some sort of, you know, going back to learn about the situations or the persons or the circumstances that taught you to dim your light, that taught you to sit on that bench instead of just showing up, you know, with the Six of Wands, and the sun is just like, look at me, I know you need me, I know you love me, and here's what I'm gonna do for you. You know, you will get to know that place and that space with true love and true radical acceptance of who you are. You know, the end result of this will be often, like, tarot shows me things like in phrases, and this phrase comes up a lot of times, and it is that you will show up for yourself in an like, of course type of way. Of course I have these skills. Of course I'm unique in this specific way. Of course I will show up with my skills. Of course I will show them. And of course they will be recognized and celebrated. With the Sun card and the Six of Wands, there is a lot of like vision. I don't know what that means. Seeing you, noticing you, you being like in the open, being in the closet and then stepping out. Okay, the next card you have is the Knight of Wands. You will feel so fulfilled and very much like you have a purpose, a mission, you know what to do. Like this stuck energy here, by almost you trying to convince yourself like, no, everything's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine, like I don't know what to do, but I have to convince myself that everything's fine. That will turn into momentum, action, moving forward, knowing where to go, what to do, not being afraid of making mistakes, because you will be like, who cares? Like, I'm on my way now. You will be so passionate and more than anything, fulfilled with a calling and a mission of like, look at me going, here I go. The next card you have is the Emperor again. Are you building like some sort of foundation as a side business, you being the king and the emperor of a business, of a community? You know, with the Knight of Wands, that is also, and the Emperor, you know, very fire energy, right? Look. Fire. Woo. Woo. Okay. Maybe you have a lot of fire in your chart that will be activated this year, 2024, you know? There's definitely business here, you know? Okay. The last card you have is the Eight of Pentacles, business, right? if you're not looking for a business, this could be simply talking about your foundation in life, that is your everyday life, will be part of the purpose and the karma that you're here to live out. And with the Sun card, that will be like you knowing and seeing your purpose and your karma, how to release and how to stop creating the karma that you don't want. Let's see. I just see that this future version of you is here to stay. You got Stonehenge and the Vatican, old sites, that are very like, especially with the Vatican, like they don't compromise, right? Like they are who they are over there. And that is like just a strong symbol for how you will stay true to who you are in this future version of you and where you're going. And really, the fish says it all, with good luck, good fortune, auspicious time, and all of this good luck will be created from your heart space. Okay, pile 1, amazing reading. I'm so glad for you. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me and spending this time with me. I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I am so glad to have you here. So today we're gonna take a look at the future version of you, a specific timeline that you will soon experience as part of your life. And Tarot is just going to give us some details of where you are, what has happened, what will happen in this timeline, and where are you going. Just some details surrounding all of these big questions. So let's get into your reading. This is the card it shows. It is a magnificent unicorn that symbolizes the Judgment card, and it says collective awakening. I'm gonna take out some charms for your main card. Just give me a couple of seconds. I'm closing my eyes. And I want one more for you. Let's see. Okay, so you got a fan, like a wheel of fortune, right? Winds changing, things starting to happen. And you got this golden shell. Okay. There's something deep buried that will come up to the surface, and when it does, that is when things will start happening for you. It's, like really you could call this a sort of awakening to your, I'm getting like your original lifetime or your original timeline. You might have experienced like almost dramatic detours in your life where you found yourself many times over and over again in places, in situations that were just really, really not for you, and even affected you in some ways that you're now working to release, working to make part of your past and not something that you get to see or experience in your everyday life right now. But the thing is that in this timeline that Tarot wants to speak to you, there is something emerging for the first time. With the unicorn, It is something magnificent. It is something very unique for you, which also means that you've never experienced this before. I'm also getting that there are so many things on this timeline that you can't really picture for yourself now, that you can't even, like, if you would sit down and try to write down where you would want to be in 1 year, in 2 years, things will line up for you in a way that there's no way for you to see it now as a prophecy, or to look for evidence for these changes or for these things to come into your life where you are right now. Meaning that, yeah, you know, things will work out for you in ways that are far better and far greater than you can imagine it for yourself right now. And also with the shell, I think you've worked on yourself so much. You've redefined yourself. You've really stepped up your game when it comes to how you express yourself, how you look at yourself and your surrounding, everything that is around you. And you've come to a very high place with that. It's almost like some type of hierophant energies have been surrounding you for a very long time, where you're so deeply connected with your core and your essence that that process will continue in a way that there's no way for you to plan it or to know where that will take you, because of how dynamic and organic that process is. But what we do know is that a unicorn will emerge for you on this timeline with a lot of surprises, and like very nice surprises that will make you very happy. Okay, guys, I will now shuffle your decks, and I will do so in silence. If you want to, you can join me in the shuffling process by just connecting with yourself, taking deep breaths, and set an intention for this reading to find out what in this general reading is truly for you. And if you want to, you can also take out your decks and shuffle them together with me, and take out your own cards to make this reading much more into a personal reading. But okay, I'll just start shuffling your cards now. Okay, I'm ready now to look into the rest of your message. But I was picking up on during the shuffling that this pile, you might be going through some major healing right now. And if you are, know that the purpose of this healing is to make you accessible for, you know, the most suitable word to use is magic, for you to receive magic, for magic to be able to enter your life and direct you in certain directions that are, you know, I'm just seeing like higher up, better up, like everything is bigger and maybe even like quite better than you might be able to imagine for you right now. So if you're going through a lot of healing, which can be difficult to say the least, you can go through so much during those periods, just know that why it is happening, one of the reasons at least, is to make room for magic to enter your system. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so let's look at your magic spell cards. You got 3 of them. The first one is number 12 with success. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. Number 34, strength. Strength, stability in this hour. Endurance, stamina, I empower. And you have 38, divine guidance. Whispers from the beings who shine. Let their message be clear and kind. Okay. Let's look at your animal, not animal, angel. Your angel numbers. You have 0909 with new beginnings, great chance, opportunity, courage, accomplishment, endings, conclusions, big love. Look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You are completing something major. It feels good to level up, huh? Close the old chapter. A new adventure will unravel. So I think you're really right now in your life, in a crucial time where you are leveling up. And that might require of you to like stretch out a little bit too much, that it almost feels uncomfortable. But that is because it's almost like your glass ceiling is being torn down right now for you to be able to grow out of that. And that is why strength is also coming through for you here, because right now I feel like there are more than one thing happening for you in your system, in your upgrade right now. So I think you might experience that a lot in your body, very much like up in your forehead and your upper part of your head. Might experience like some weird symptoms and even like thoughts coming through that you're like, that's strange, like where did that come from? And that, just let that happen, because that is part of having many different layers being worked on in your life right now. Because there's a lot going on over here in your reading, in this part, from the Judgment card to the Divine Guidance card, because again, I'm being shown that it's almost like you're switching galaxies. You know, you're not just you're moving in a symbolic way, but you're not just moving to a new house in the city where you live. You're moving from one galaxy to another. It's like you need a new body, a new language, a new guidance system. Like everything is being flipped upside down, and it's almost like you're being targeted by this divine guidance. And right now your body, but also like on a soul level, you might experience a lot of, it might come through as pain and aches in your body, and also very much in your heart chakra. You might be finding yourself crying a lot, or having like days where things are just, you experience them as being like messed up. Like, what is this? I don't even have a stable ground to stand on. You might also experience a sense of lack inside of yourself, that you don't, like, you're lacking a self inside of you, that there's no stable ground to stand on even inside of you. And things are just being rearranged, switching out. There is space being created for you inside of you where you might feel empty, but that is just space being created. That's like, you're in one galaxy. To move to the next galaxy, you have to move through space that can feel empty. That is where like a lot of you are, like in the old galaxy, moving away from it, experiencing emptiness, sadness, loss, grief, a lot of things that you even can experience not being yours. Like, where did this come from? That could be wounds and just like icky energies that you've accumulated for many, many lifetimes. That is just like, taking this opportunity to like, oh, there's space, so let me just show myself and get out of this stucky energy that I'm in. I don't want to be here. I want to be free. I want to get out. So they're just like finding their way out of here. But the thing is that there is a brand new beginning, like completely brand. You have 0, you have 9, the beginning, the end. It's like you're moving through all of the numerology, everything that they symbolizes. You're moving through them one by one quite fast. And in every number you hit, it's like there's both purging and healing, going through like in multiple layers, multiple aspects at the same time for you. So you might also find yourself like going from sleeping many, many hours more than usual to like starting to wake up around 3-4 in the morning and be like, come on, like I need my sleep. But that's just like upgrades happening, and your body trying to keep up with that. And let me just tell you that your body is doing a great job allowing for this process to happen, to allow the process to hit it, to work with it like mold, to be shaped and formed, because it's almost like you need a new body for this new galaxy that you're entering. So, where are you going? Where will this be, this future version? Where will you be? It's almost impossible for me to tell you because of how new this galaxy is. It's almost like you will learn a new language to speak, to be able to operate in this new galaxy. But it really looks like, to put it simply, that the thing that will emerge is the timeline that is your inheritance. It's like what you are meant to have, what you've always been meant to be. But there has been detours, part of your path. But you were born with this ability, with this unicorn, this awakening inside of you. And this awakening will reclaim its place, will reclaim its inheritance. Like there's no other way than for this to happen. Okay, the other angel number card is 1616. Readjustments, overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support and comfort. Your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. On the horizon is the possibility of beginning a new romantic or platonic friendship, as well as a chance to begin life anew with a person from one's past. Everything will fall to pieces. Pieces of a puzzle. You know, right now, it's like someone is taking the box of puzzles and just shaking it really, really hard. That is what you might be experiencing right now. But the thing is that what you will experience as a result of this puzzle box being shaken will be very unlikely and unlike anything that you might imagine or have heard of, because it is almost like the box is being shaken. And then when the lid is open, the puzzles will have found its place almost like in a magical sense. You know what? What I'm getting, I've been getting it now for a couple of minutes, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know how to say that. But I'm just gonna say it. The magic that is hitting you to shape you, to form you, is almost a type of magic where you will fall asleep one evening as one person and wake up the next morning as another person. It's like all of these upgrades, ascension, all of the puzzle pieces will just fall into place in a very short amount of time. And that makes sense because of everything you've gone through for the last 10 years, speeding up the speeding up started like 3 years ago, but got almost like too intense 2 years ago, and has been like ongoing, hitting you, shaping you, taking place inside of you to make your body bigger and bigger and bigger, and that hurts. But then, you know, because it's been going on for such a long time, when the puzzle pieces will fall into place, it will be almost like by themselves in a very short amount of time. It could even be from one day to the other. Okay, so what I want to look into now, what I would like the rest of the cards to answer is, like, where will you be when this happens, after these puzzle pieces fall into place? Where will you be? And what will that look like? Okay, because we know you're very guided and protected. Okay, let's start with the flower cards. We have nasturtium with grounding. The beginning is where you need to be. You know, because this is a general reading, let me just tell you this. Go back in time to your childhood. There is something there that you dreamt of, like, oh, when I grow up, that is how I will be. That is what I will do. That thing will be part of when the puzzle pieces fall into place. That will be like the grounding, the ground that you will build your life on and yourself on. That thing is very much connected to like a vision or a perspective you had of yourself, of your future self as a child. And that is where you will start this new journey. So, for instance, if you were a child, because this is coming through so strongly, so I know that this will be for many of you. If you as a child couldn't even imagine yourself having a day job, because you saw yourself as being free and making a profession and making money by you just simply being yourself, the money will be part of you being yourself, then that is what will be part of the first steps you take when all of the puzzle pieces fall into place. Okay, of course, it can be something else that you imagined as a child. trust your inner child to know what that is, and let your inner child show it to you, even if where you are right now, you could see it as something impossible, or not even know, like, how will I ever get there? Like, that's almost like that's ridiculous. Like, that could never happen. Even if you have that aspect, just allow that to be and allow that to happen, because that's the only way to, for this magical phase you're in right now, where you're being very worked on, for that to like move through those energies of things being impossible. And even though you might experience it as such, allow your inner child to still be able to speak to you, to tell you about this first step that you will take when you've put this foundation. Okay, so the next card we have is Zinnia with absence. What is not here is the key. Oh my God, this is amazing. This really just symbolizes how different this future version of you is, because it's almost like, because you know what, I told you that it is so brand new that it will be like you moving to another galaxy. That is how big and new it will be. So what is not here is the key. Look at your life. There is something that you really, really, really want. Something that you think of as being impossible or not know how to get there. That is the key. That is what will be the first layer of your new foundation. Let's see what your sacred sites are. So you have Grand Canyon. Okay, so there's like a river running through like a valley and two different sides. Here you see the same, a river running through two different sides. You're really stepping from one side to the other. You're completely shifting. And with the sun coming up to show you the way of how to do it. But really, you're shifting from one place to the other. By it being separated also, look at one of the sun rays really separates the two timelines, the two lives that you will live. That is amazing. That is really exciting. The next one you have is Giza. Okay, you got Egypt. You know, this is powerful energy of divine guidance, of things lining up for you to go high up towards the sun. That is your true purpose. Also, you got the Ankh. You know, you are protected for this life to turn out according to your like soul plan for this life. And with the sun coming up in both of these cards, it just tells me that when the light is being shown to you and being like the rays will hit your new life, you will truly see it for the first time. Okay, so let's get into your tarot cards. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You know, the reason why it hasn't happened yet, it has to do with divine timing with the Knight of Pentacles. You might have experienced it as being very stubborn energies that refuse to move, but it has to do with divine timing. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You know, when the divine timing comes, that is when you will find all of these puzzle pieces just have been, you know, fallen into place in a very magical way. And that is when you will know what to do with it. And what you will do with it, it is buried deep down inside of you. And as a child, you knew what it was. You have the Page of Swords being illuminated. In the darkness, being illuminated by the sun to know. You see also like she has the book here with a certain chapter also signifying the divine timing for this to happen, for the illumination, enlightenment to happen. And with the sword in your hand, you will know what to do in a crystal clear way. Also knowledge, you will know. It's like, the knowledge coming through as a book and as a sun. It makes me think of your Akashic records. This chapter of your life is written in your Akashic records for you to know that that's where you're supposed to go. This is truly your part of your life purpose. It has always been the direction your soul wants to take you. You have the Fool, brand new. Brand new. I don't think you can find it where you are right now in your life with the Zinnia absence. What is not here is the key. That is what the Fool represents coming through. You're still, as the Fool is, very connected to spirit, very connected to source. And that is what will guide you through this phase that you are in right now, to just simply connect with whatever it is that you perceive as source of everything. Because that is what your inner child was connected to when your inner child was a true child. And that is what will guide you through, the darkness you might be in right now, before the illumination hits you about your Akashic records that is written for you. That is what will help you through this, when your body is going through so many things that might hurt, and also on a soul level, on a heart level. Either connect with source or simply connect to your inner child. Your inner child will immediately by itself connect to source. You have death in the middle of your reading. You see, oh my God, like death and judgment being aligned with each other, awakening through a transition. Also the awakening part of your reading is also shown by the Page of Swords being illuminated and enlightened about her path, about what to do, because she is ready. She's been ready for a long time. She just needs the information in the Akashic records with the illumination from her inner child to let her know that now is the time. Now is the right timing, the divine timing, with the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. This is truly connected to success by just sharing, celebrating together with others. But I also, like, to be honest, I don't see it as others like humans. I see this being like on a very, very deep level, celebrating together with your higher self, your spirit guides, your, like, the team that is around you, with source, with your inner child. All of you gather in a circle and you just celebrate this transition of awakening that has happened to you. Four of Swords. Moving from Three of Cups to Four of Swords speaks of easiness, lightness. The Ten of Wands, you see that the burdens you're carrying right now will fall off your shoulders, and you will move into easiness and lightness by just dropping the aspects of your human life that was just too much. It was too much. That will be dropped as a sign of you completing this transition into a new galaxy. Look at this Fool. It's like she was just dropped down from the sky into a new galaxy, and she's like, I can do this. I've gone through everything. I have so much with me. I have everything with me that I need. Even if she's not carrying anything, she has everything because she's connected to source. So she will just step into the new galaxy like easy peasy. Easy peasy over here. Three of Wands, moving forward with expansion. You know, you've put out a like message, a calling, or maybe even like an order to life, to source, to your higher self, to your soul, to everyone. You're just like, you've given out this order, and what you ordered is about to enter your life. Yeah, okay. I think this reading has been going on for quite some time now, but I also feel that this was a very important reading, because where you're going, the future version of you will be awakened, transitioned, changed in every way, moving into a new galaxy. But just like, expect divine guidance and success coming in for you as you transition from one part of the canyon to the other. Of course, I can see that the transition has been awful for you, has been very hard on you on so many levels, because Source is really working with you simultaneously on so many levels. But the timing will be perfect, because the timing is divine. Also look at the divine timing underneath the pyramid, and all of the divine energies that surrounds Giza in Egypt. Wow. You truly have so much magic to look forward to, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. So this is such an exciting reading to do. We're going to take a look at your future version. What has happened? Where will you be? How will you get there? And Tarot will let us know as many details as possible about this timeline that you're currently on. Like, that's the most probable timeline for you to end up with also. So let's just get into your reading, and let me introduce you to your card. It looks like this. This is the death card named Rebirth, or Phoenix of the White Fire. There's also a symbol of healing up here. It's interesting. You know, I'm gonna take out some charms for you, but you definitely will move from where you are right now. That might be like a physical move, but also just, you know, even if the healing symbol comes through for you, I sense something about you where you're like, but healing can't be what life is all about. Like, I have to experience life from a position of just being healed. Even if, you know, some people say that you will always do healing work, shadow work, but I also sense with you that you want to experience life from another foundation also, not just from the healing aspect of it, but also from the healed aspect of life. Okay, let's see where that is taking you. Let's take out, no, it's not them, some charms. I'm closing my eyes. Which one? It's this one. And one more. This one. Okay. So I can see that you got the sun, almost like a mask. The sun is showing up as a mask. What does that mean? That's exciting. I feel that's very exciting. Oh, sorry. And the other one you have is this cup with different utensils. Oh. Okay, so what Tarot wants to speak to you about, it is the healing work, shadow work, every different type of work that you've done You're soon to enter a life where you can just put down the utensils and step into a new foundation where you will start to experience life as healed. And you know, for you, when you step into this phase, it doesn't matter if you will go back to doing healing work or shadow work or work on yourself. It doesn't matter, because you will still be able to experience yourself in relation with life as healed. You know, you will have a sense of being complete. Even if things will show up for you, you will be like, so what? I'm still done. I'm still healed. I can still experience life from a completely new aspect than before I did all of the work. So if you're sensing right now in your life that you're sick and tired of doing and putting in effort to make sure that you will be fine, you know, that is actually what you're trying to do, is just to ensure that you will be okay, that life will turn out okay for you too. And that is what you will experience, that you're fine. Life will work out very well for you, because from this new plateau where you will fly up and land on, you have new perspective on yourself and life and everything around you. That perspective will be, you know, with the sun, with the mask, will be so authentic that you will experience that nothing will faze you. How much it tries to, it won't. Because you're like, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with bullshit. I'm done with fakeness. I'm done with aspects showing up that are not authentic to me. So even if you show up, good luck. Like, go with God. I don't care. Like, you're not about to touch me. You have nothing to do with me. You might as well move on. But if you would decide to stay, then who cares? I see through your mask. Okay. You know what? Let me put one word to describe where your future version is, and that is freedom. Even freedom from healing. Like, that is powerful. Pile 3, that is powerful. You will find freedom and experience it. To be honest, like, I see you experiencing it for yourself. You will be on that plateau for yourself, and you will enjoy the F out of it. The freedom you will experience initially will be freedom from like everything, and you will stand there in brand new air, breathing that in, and you'll be like, you know what, I can stay here for a long time. Thank you very much. I don't need you. I don't need anything. I don't need anyone even. Like, that's the impression that I'm getting. And you'll be like, life will take me away from here, give me air beneath my wings, and then I will fly off to the next plateau or down to earth if that is needed. I don't care. I know I'm fine. I know I'm okay. And now I'm also certain that everything will work out for me. Okay. I will shuffle your decks now, and I will do so in silence, just connecting to your message to make sure that I will give it to you in the best way possible. You're so welcome to join me in the shuffling process by setting a clear intention for this reading, how this reading has to do with you personally. What in this reading is for you. If you want to, you can also shuffle your own decks when I shuffle mine, and you can take out your own cards. And in that way, you will make sure that this general reading will be as personal as possible. Okay, let me just start. Okay, so let's get into the rest of your message. Where will you be? What will have happened? Oh, you got a lot of cards. I love this for you. Okay, let's start with these two. Okay, your magic spell cards are 14, friendship. Bring to me friendship, true, sharing, laughter, understanding, 2. You know, this speaks, look at the colors, how they blend in. This speaks to you being in a position in life where the things that will come in and the people that will look at you and immediately start to love you, want to be part of your life, part of your inner life, but also not just people, but also external situations. There will be a admiration and a longing for external situations to want to be with you because of how cool you will be. And by cool, I mean this phase where you will be on this pedestal, like flying up, being put there, and just simply needing nothing, wanting nothing, because you will be so convinced that you're okay, that everything will turn out well for you. There, it's like everything will want to be part of your life. Everything will be like, please pick me, please choose me. Can you see me? I want you to look at me, because I know, like, if you look at me, you will understand that I will benefit you, I will be good to you, I will support you. And I also see, to be honest, that for a little amount of time, you will say no to everything, because you will still want to enjoy that aspect or perspective where you don't need anything or anyone. That you will feel complete and fulfilled exactly where you are. That is for a short period of time, to just enjoy that very unique experience. And then you will be using your discernment to know what is best for you to let in. And I see that you will have many good options to choose from. You will simply be able to choose between many good options for you. The next card you have is 41, Imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Do you see that you have mirror numbers here? 14 and 41. They mirror each other. There is one main thing, one big thing. You've either written it down, or you've done something tangible about this. Either like you've written it down, or you've signed up for an education or a course, something that is almost like written down in some way, like an application or a contract, or I think you know what I mean. That will happen, that will come in, that will be part of your life, and you're flying towards that. By it these two mirroring each other with numbers, it just shows how this thing will come in naturally as a mirror to you. Okay. Oh, I want to go with the sacred sites now. So the first one you got is Bandiagara Cliffs. This one keeps showing up in almost every reading where I use this deck. And there is a wonderful story for this card surrounding the tribe that has the Bandiagara Cliffs as their sacred site, because this deck is all about sacred sites on this planet. So if you've picked piles before where this card has come up, I'm sure that you know of this story. But the thing is that there were some archaeologists or anthropologists or something like that, scientists, that came in contact with this tribe. This tribe would tell them about the Bandiagara Cliffs, and that this tribe for a long time ago, and for a very long time, were visited from, I don't know what words they used, but to use our words, that they were visited by extraterrestrial beings. And they could even tell these scientists that these beings came from a star outside of Sirius, belonging to that star system, but it was specific in a way that made the scientists be very impressed, or maybe even confused about how this tribe could even know this. But this Bandiagara Cliffs is very much connected to this Syrian extraterrestrial tribe that visited this tribe. So that can be very significant for you if you identify as a starseed, if you have close connection to Syrian light codes, for example. But it doesn't matter if you don't, because this card is coming through to tell you to reach for the stars when it has to do with this very tangible thing that you want to be part of your life. Go further than you even think it's possible when it comes to this thing. Okay? If you haven't written it down or done something tangible, now might be the right timing to do that, to start working out the plan to reach this goal. And as much as you can, reach higher than, like if you write something, just scratch that and write something higher. When you do that, scratch that and write something higher again. There is something in this process that will take you places that are much like different, can even be like in new directions, to take you to the highest possible like reward or result that is needed by you doing this process. The next card for you, the sacred site, is Ateshga. Ateshga. I think this is, I'm not gonna say it, but maybe it is like Babylonian or Assyrian or something like that. Again, very ancient, just as the Bandiagara cliffs. Fire. There's something here that I'm having a bit of a hard time picking up on, because it goes like back, and when I'm there it takes me even further back, and when I get there it takes me even, so I'm not getting any information, I'm just being pulled backwards in a timeline, like back and back and back. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, why that is happening with me. I'm not getting like a message for every time we stop at the timeline. I'm just being pulled further back. But what I am getting that is also about what is happening for you right now is purification, purging. Like, are you experiencing being nauseated a lot? That is part of the purging that is happening. And also, do you see how the phoenix rises up from ashes, from the fire, you know, from ashes? And here we also have fire that is coming up to this creature with wings, just as the phoenix. It's almost like you're rising above something. Yeah, I get it now. You know where you're headed? It is you like rewriting your history in a way that you almost make your history non-existent, clean. There's nothing there. You burnt up everything, like you burnt down your old house to the ground with the phoenix and Ateshga. And you're just moving on, like almost bringing nothing with you. I don't know what that means. Like, are you leaving everything behind when you're done with the healing and the purging and the shadow work? And when you get to this pedestal where you will land, and you will know that you're fine, that you're okay, that you're safe. Will that mean that you will leave things behind? Yes, absolutely. There are things you will completely burn down before you move on. It's almost like you're burning it down to make sure that there's no way for you to go back, to have a change of heart. So you're making sure that there is no way for you to go back to the past. That is why I'm not getting anything from the timeline going back. I visit that timeline, nothing happens, nothing is being shown to me. I'm being drawn even further down the timeline, nothing there, and that keeps on repeating. You know what? You are a pile that will have lived 2 completely different lives in this lifetime, where you will even have a hard time remembering your old life. There is a lot of things you're leaving behind. Okay, the next card you have is Frog Mountain. Okay. So there's cold and winter, and here we have fire and warmth. You know, you're completely leaving this behind. That is why this card got this position also. You know, you might also have experienced loneliness as, you know, when loneliness is just so bad, you know, when loneliness is just toxic, when loneliness almost feels like a punishment, you know. There are some very burdensome aspects of your past. Those aspects as a part of how you will transition into this, you know, the pedestal that I've been talking about. It is that you will experience some aspects of it, like the aspect won't disappear, but as a signal, you will have it, but with a new story to it. That is a signal where you will know that everything will work out fine for you, well for you, better than you right now can maybe even imagine. That is the first step, the first sign. You will move on from there towards this very tangible thing that you've written down or will soon write down. Work towards, have very specific plan and goals to know what to do with this to make sure that it happens. And it will be better and bigger, or also have an effect on your life that you can't even imagine right now. Okay, let's take your angel number cards. You got 3 of them. Let's start with this one. You have 999. Release, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you're experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? The answer to this question is over here. Write it down. Envision it clear as day for you. And when you do, go higher, go better. Imagine something magical. That is part of the process of releasing the old, completely letting it burn down. The next one you have is 0330. Lucky shirt. Yeah, it says lucky shirt. Okay. Love, peace, hope and optimism. Transferring responsibility to others, progress, creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. Get what you want. That is the key phrase. Get what you want. Reach for it. Go get it. It is yours. It is yours. Maybe here is better. Yeah, I'll put them all here. Okay, 1011. Take action. Go get it. Yeah. Hope, new beginning, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. Okay. So where will you be in this future version of you? It has to do with this tangible dream that you've written down that will make you reach higher than what you think is possible. It is required of you to make it into something tangible by taking action, setting up a plan with different steps to know where to go. You will be guided towards that, but also by you releasing a lot of baggage here, it will be easier for you to take these necessary steps towards what is for you in this thing, that it is a very tangible thing. You will even experience as a first initial phase and reaction when you're this future version of you, that you might not even need this thing to happen. You're like, even if it doesn't happen, I know that things will work out fine for me. That is you being in your true power. That is you being your most authentic self. And that is also you expecting to experience from now on the things that are authentic for you. Also with the Bandiagara cliffs. Authenticity. Okay, you got 3 flower cards. So you got Calla Lily, rejuvenation, reawaken, and then stand stronger. You're leaving things behind to move into another version of you that really has nothing to do with the past version of you. You will leave that behind, and you will allow yourself to go through this fire phase, which you might be in right now, so that you can ascend and go higher even than healing. You will put even healing behind you. The next card you have is Mexican Marigold. Renewal, rejuvenation, renewal. Time to begin again, stronger, better. So stronger comes through twice for you. You know, the Phoenix is also very strong, has gone through a lot, is strong, ready to leave the old behind, to move forward past the past. Stronger and better. That is also a message for you to whatever it is that you're writing it down to. If you write down strong, then write down stronger. If you write down good, then write down better. Okay. Yeah. So you have sweet alyssum, clarity. Bright paths of understanding will open. You know, as soon as you start to make this imagination, idea, dream, wish into something tangible, it won't take too long for you to get clarity about the situation in terms of knowing what steps to take. Okay, so your tarot cards. we have the Nine of Pentacles. You know, by releasing some old aspects of you, in the future, according to this timeline that we're speaking about, it will benefit you financially also, in a very stable way. I'm seeing like that you can retire comfortably because of this thing. The Ten of Cups, a completion of fulfillment, a completion of your wish. The way to get here to the Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups, and Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. When you write down good things, write down better things. Keep switching it up. The Three of Swords. Yeah, underneath the fires. This is what you might be experiencing right now with the Three of Swords. Confusion, a lot of heartache, a lot of sadness, worrying for the future. That is why when you will ascend to the pedestal that I've been talking about, that your first experience will be, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Because right now you might be experiencing a lot of worry about the future. Could be financial worry about the future. That will also burn away. This could be speaking about a specific situation that is affecting you and your finances in a bad way right now. That maybe is like draining your finances, and you're looking for a way to, tap the hole, like to not make it drain anymore. That is also part of this tangible plan that you will have of how to make sure that you are protecting your assets, protecting your financial status in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, to make sure that you're comfortable. So there are two aspects of your process. One is very much like the phoenix, going through cleansing and purging, that is in a dynamic way. Then you have another aspect of your path that is tangible, that is you taking action, setting down, making a plan, setting steps for you to take. This could be also speaking about a saving account that will increase much more than you're planning for it to increase. Okay, the next card you have is the Page of Pentacles. Speaking of savings, she's bearing down this key. That is how I get this. Savings. Savings can be part of this tangible plan of knowing how to move forward for you to experience this foundation of stability and safety. Four of Swords. It looks like you simply just want to come to a position in life where you don't have to work as hard, put in as much effort into your healing, into your finances, into your stability, into your safety, where you can just like move through this transformational phase that the fire is representing, so that you can get rid of the old. Just let it burn away. So when you rise up from the ashes, get to experience simplicity, peace, and also, with this Four of Swords, it is a period where you get to experience your dreams into reality. coming into reality. 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles here speaks of a stability when it comes to safety. You being so convinced that you can take care of yourself through your actions, through your savings, through this plan that will take you higher and further than what we can see right now. But you will be safe. You will have what you need and more. 6 of Swords. Another bird. You know, you have a lot of birds there. You have 2 birds there. A bird there. Wings. A bird with wings. Freedom, huh? That's what we've been talking about, to sum everything up. Freedom. Freedom to be free. 6 of Cups. Let's put this a little more there. Okay. And the last card is the 6 of Pentacles. You know, things being in harmony for you, being evened out for you, so that you can leave the past behind, the worries, things that are going on in your mind right now that is burdensome for you, where you don't know if things will work out well for you. You don't know if what you're doing will lead to stability and safety for you, and it will. You're really doing everything in your power right now to help yourself out, and that will work out. And you will move from a position of working for this, putting in effort for this, into a much more receiving state where you will know that you've put things into action that are now giving you results, so that you can relax, have a safety net to lean back on, and, you know, saving things for when you might need them. To have that safety, to feel that safe, that I have so much that when I need it, I can use it. And that has everything to do with the actions that you are taking right now, and the position that you will be in the future version of you, where you will reap the results of those actions, when it will start to come naturally for you in a dynamic way without putting in so much effort. And that has to do with a planning period that you will have of doing things in a tangible way, but also reaching higher all of the time. And you will get there to the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, of having your dreams and wishes, but also more importantly for you, having your needs met and fulfilled. And for many of you, this has to do about finances, stability, and safety. You're doing a great job now, and you will be doing even a greater job very soon. And you will be able to relax in all of this. Okay, Pile 3, this was your reading. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in your next one. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. You know what? Let's just immediately get into your reading, and let me introduce you to your main card. It looks like this, and this is the Empress that you chose, and it also says Naga of the Golden Lotus. And let me just tell you that the strongest thing that is coming through for you, for this specific version of you in the future, it has to do with beauty as a way of receiving. because receiving is an aspect of simply existing. And there will be, I don't know how to say that, but the things that will have entered your life will be a direct result of you learning how to receive. And I see that those things, to put it simply, they will be so beautiful. And there's a lot of beauty in this timeline. And I see it being also, with the Empress, being a very significant creation in your life that is closely connected to beauty, but it will also bring in beauty to you. There is an aspect of your beauty also being shown, and you using an aspect of your beauty to create things for your beauty to be mirrored back to you by your external world. Let me take out some charms to complete your main card. I'm closing my eyes. Let me see. There. And one more. Oh. Okay, one more. There. Oh, very interesting. So together with the Empress, you got this stag, I think it's called, and you also got the camera. This specific timeline, it signifies a period of your life where the memories that you will create, they will come with you, be part of you, wherever you will go, wherever you will be after this life has ended. This period of time that I'm seeing for you about this future version of you, it will be like everything you've been waiting for to experience. As the only way for me to be able to describe it is as the true version of how you on a soul level know life to be. We're speaking of very high level of energies and vibrations that will coexist with you in a way where there is giving and receiving between you and the energies around you, where you will give and receive simultaneously. And by doing that, you will also elevate and go higher and higher in a way that will be expressed in your life by beauty being overflowing in your life. And there is like a dance between you and life in this specific timeline, this future version of you, where things happen in a very big way and beautiful way for you, but very automatic because of this dance that you will have with life, where you will just move higher and higher because life wants to move higher and higher, and you will know that to be true. So you're like, okay, then I'll just go with you. I don't want to be anywhere where you're not. So I will go where life is going. So in a very dynamic way, you will move up, 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 and it will just feel like everyday life for you. Because there is an aspect of your soul, the blueprint of your soul, that knows life to behave like this, that knows life to have these specific traits. Okay, I will shuffle your cards now, and I would like to invite you to join me in the shuffling process, either by you taking out your own decks and shuffle them when I shuffle mine. you take out your own cards when I take out the general cards, and in that way I hope that you can make this general reading much more into a personal one. Or you can simply just stay with me in the shuffling process and take deep breaths, grounding yourself and setting a very personal intention for you regarding this reading. Okay, I'll just start shuffling now. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Before I show you the cards, I would just like to show you the card that was underneath the deck for you is the Fool. So this is what is cooking for you right now. It is a new experience between you and life. The way you are in relationship with life will be like a blank space, a blank page, where you will almost be in a state by your own choosing, where you don't want to remember the past picture of how life showed itself to you, also with the camera here, and where you will almost ask, maybe even demand of life to... I almost feel like the Fool here is like one part you, but also one part life, where life will behave like the Fool with you, where life will be brand new, where life will have no past experiences with you, that life will show up for you like life has amnesia. Life only remembers one way of existing, and all the other ways, it's almost like it doesn't even, it can't even like follow the breadcrumbs to see other aspects of itself. It will be very like one-dimensional, meaning that it will be simple and easy, and it won't be very much like going through different polarities. That is what I mean by one-dimensional, though it will show itself in a very pure, innocent, Fool type of way for you. But yeah, it's still like half here is you, half here is life. Both of you will show up with these same type of energies in relationship with each other. Okay, so because card number 1 over here flipped out, I take it as this deck wanted to be number 1, the first one to be shown, so I'm very glad to show you this card. Number 1, love. And it says, Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. The thing is that this is you going out to welcome life after life has been going on this long path of darkness and bullshit and, you know, mud, but has also decided to experience itself from a 0 point of view. That is where life is coming to meet up with you. And you're like, you know what? I have my white dove symbolizing peace and harmony, and I will accept you to enter my sacred space in my home. You're welcome, and I really want to spend time with you from this new experience. The next card is 44, New Beginnings. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. So this space is also referring to the way you dance with life now needs almost a type of reset. And it needs it because that is part of your path. That is why that need is creating itself and is being created. It is for that a reset button to be pressed by you. And I see this as being a type of process that is very much initiated by you almost telling life off, telling life to start behaving better, that life is almost like an unruly child, you know, that needs to be taught how to behave. And that just speaks to the beautiful amount of maturity that your soul carries with it in this lifetime. And that life carries all aspects that could ever be possible for life to carry. And for some reason, life is a bit unaligned with you in this lifetime because of, for some reason, it has shown itself from the immature places where it has almost been rooted also. And you're like, but I know you can do better. I know you can do different. So I'm here in my house, you know, love Aphrodite with my doves, waiting for you. And life, it's almost like you're one step ahead. I don't know what that means or how to explain it, but life is catching up to that, okay? It is you almost being a teacher for life. And why not? If life carries every possibility of all possibilities of life expression, Why can't life be more immature than you? Of course that is a possibility. I see that now. But it will catch up to you. And then new beginning. But the thing is that when it catches up to you, it will be elevated, both with this dragon that symbolizes the empress of being a mature, feminine, vibrant energy of creation. And then with this stag, with his big, mature not horns. I don't remember the word. I mean these things that grow on top of its head. Yeah. Life will step up. To put it simply, in this future version of you, life is stepping up for you. I want to look at the sacred sites and see what energies they're carrying to show me the future version of you. So, one is Acropolis. Look at them making up. They've had like some sort of drift between them and now they're becoming friends again, right? And he's almost like trying to pursue her, trying to explain to her why he behaved badly. And she's like, yeah, but you hurt me, you know. It wasn't at all easy for me to see you from those perspectives that you showed yourself. And he's like, but I can do better. I'm better now. And I will rise up to your level. And it will be like cemented in some way for you. So when life shows up for you, expect there to be something that is very tangible as part of this process to show you that life has changed and it will from now on show up in a much sweeter way towards you. There will be something tangible, like a shift in your life, that when that changes, that shifts, you will know that this will happen now, that this process has happened. Like, okay, like the waiting is over. This card, the life has now approached you. Let's see maybe if during the reading we can get a little bit more information about this very specific thing that will happen to, that is tangible, like this temple here, like it will be set in stone, you know. Let's see if we can get more information about that. Okay, the next sacred site is Santiago de Compostela. Yeah, the pilgrimage with the shell. This just speaks to, there is a very sacred aspect of your personality, Pile 4, that has always been part of your path, of your pilgrimage. It's almost like your lifetime here is a pilgrimage of some sort, of deep contemplation. I don't know, like, I keep seeing that you don't have to change that much, you know, in your personality or in your growth. Even though you're open for it, that will always be part of your path, you know, how you evolve. But I don't see like big life-threatening shifts and changes where you have to leave parts of you behind, or otherwise you don't know what will happen to you. Like, that's not what I'm seeing on a soul level for you. I see you as being very stable, very mature, very knowledgeable about life paths, how to walk, how to put one foot in front of the other. And I see life being like a child that hasn't learned how to behave quite yet and is like making a lot of mess, mistakes, learning from it. And you don't have that same need of learning. So it's almost like life is putting things on you that is a bit unnecessary. Like you're like I don't really see the meaning, the sense of this. Like, it doesn't really align with me. Like, I don't know why this happens. And you go in and you try to find a reason, and you might just find like some kind of space that doesn't say anything about that. And still, you do your best to try to find the lessons and the meaning of what is happening. And I guess this message is coming through as a confirmation about who you are on a soul level, and that there has been, if you've experienced like a big misalignment between you and life, that there is a deep truth to that. And if you just have enough patience, you know, like a parent with a child, then eventually the child grows up and starts to mimic the parent, starts to take after the parent, right? It's just like there's so much beauty within you that will be represented by life in your outside world. And that is this temple. That is how life, that is the first step of this process where you will know that this has started to happen. That there is a tangible aspect of beauty that you represent in your character or some aspect of you, and it will be existing in a tangible way, like this temple. That is the first step. Beauty will start to be reflected. And not just like in a spiritual way or in an emotional way, but even if it is an emotional way, then it will be in a tangible way, with something that you can touch and have in your hands, you know? Okay, let's look at your flower messages. The first one is orange blossom with enthusiasm. The best can be here, believe it. You also have gardenia, awareness. Wake up, roll the clouds away and look. Look, life is coming now as the Fool. And it's just waiting for you to greet it, to welcome it, to see how much it has grown. And that is your awareness. You will know when this happened. Like, it will be so clear for you, because there will be a big difference in your life from how you've spent your life with a certain like architecture inside of you. And that has been like, because it is so strong, it is so big, it is so massive inside of you. So when you've looked outside, you're like, how can something be this big inside of me and actually exist? And there's like, let's be real, there's not a lot of blockages and things like that to stand in the way for these things to actually be represented on my outside. And that could have been a bit confusing for you. And that is the thing with awareness coming through, that you will know that this thing has happened because the beauty that is inside of you, this architectural sites, sacred sites that are inside of you, will start to get their foundations in your outside world, to start to build themselves up. That is when you know that life has caught on to you. Let's see your angel messages or angel number messages. You got 3 of them. The first one is 0808, swift action. Wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, affection, inner strength, auspicious outcomes. You will enter a time of expansion. So begin taking steps toward achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. Oh, and somebody has their mind set on you. That is life. You guys, life has their mind set on you to come and woo you. You know, like this person is trying to mend the other person here. All you need to do when that happens is to take swift action, go out and meet life in whatever way that will mean to you. By you staying aware and do really everything that is in your power to not shut down and be disencouraged by all the beauty that you find inside of you, that you have a hard time finding outside of you. Tarot is not saying that that is easy. This is just a gentle advice that as much as possible, stay aware, even if it's hurtful to stay aware. Because with swift action, this is happening quite soon also for you. So when it's on its way, it is on its way. And when it enters your space here, it will need you to come and greet it. You know, it will need that reciprocity, I think it's called. It will need that. You know, that's why I saw the Fool card as two halves. Life is not complete without you, and you're not complete without life. Life will need the response from you, that you're still open to receive it, even though it has behaved badly, behaved maybe even from the worst aspects of itself. Life will need, almost, you know, when it comes back to you to repent, it will need to know that you're ready to forgive it, ready to accept it, and more than anything, ready to welcome it back, to be fully present in your life. The next angel card you have is 222, alignment, connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life choices, compromise, commitment, trust. How do you move forward toward your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Follow these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. So this advice is for you in the period before life has entered your space. This is what you need to be focused on and busy with in as much of a frequency as possible, or frequent actions of doing what you love, of doing the things that pique your interest. To stay in that space, to take care of yourself there, even though you might not quite see the same enthusiasm or love or interest or passion and things like that in your outside world. That is a help for you to stay aware, present, so that you can welcome life back. 0000. We were talking about the number 0 in this, going back to 0 with the Fool, going all the way back. It's like a complete makeover between you and life, the relationship there is between you and life. And it says limitless potential. Really, with this new start, you can create more or less whatever it is that you need to create. And that is what will be possible for you with this temple. That life will start to support you in building the same architectural sites there is inside of you on your outside. That is where life will start to really support you in this. Okay, so this card says reset, relaxation, unknown surrender, finish line, success, victory. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there is no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension. Relax. You know, if there is one word to use, well, there are many words to use to explain the Fool, but he is relaxed, isn't he? And I feel like there is an aspect of you that really are that too. So when life will come to meet you and start to mirror back to you who you are, it will also be in a relaxed state. So if there is too much drama, if that is how life is showing up right now for you, if life is showing up with too much conflicts, you know, the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, too much uncertainty. That is something life is playing out for some reason. I don't quite know why. And what is asked of you is, as much as possible in this period of your life, to relax, be still, stay aware, and have fun. Do what makes you giggle. Do what makes you happy. If something piques your interest, as the advice was here, then go for it. Don't brush it away. That is coming to you to help you stay present until this next thing that is all in your reading is entering your life. Okay, so let's start with your tarot cards. You have the 7 of Swords. You have the Page of Swords. There is a victory here. You know, it's almost like the 7 of Swords want to lose because it doesn't know how to stop doing it by itself. It almost wants someone to come and take over and to force it to lose, because there's like an energy of recycling old energies. This could also be a specific person in your life acting this way, where life is, you know, living itself through this person from the 7 of Swords type of energies. This could, of course, also be like a working place, a culture, a certain mentality also, that it almost doesn't have the ability to stop itself. And there is rescue coming in that you will experience in this future version of you. And you are this rescuer. You are this person that will put your foot down and tell life off. The Queen of Wands. The Strength. Yeah. You see here the relationship between you and life, where life is very raw. The way life has showed up to you has been in a very raw type of way. The relationship between the two of you will be one of trust, one of strength, bravery, because there is something in a relationship with each other. There's something that you can create that will be a force to reckon with. That is the temple. When you choose to do that, life is here to protect you, to support you, and as much as it is possible, to make sure that the path ahead of you is clear. This is simply, you know, you thinking this to life, willing this to life, you working on yourself to know how to navigate in this phase that you're in, to make sure that you can welcome this big lion back into your life. The Ace of Pentacles, you see there is something new that you will create in this future version of yourself. And look at this, how much darkness there is here. You working, you telling life off, you making sure that life will lose against you, because life has been stuck in an never-ending circle that it just doesn't know how to stop by itself. And then something new will be created, something fruitful, abundant, with big, beautiful roots to stay in your life, to make sure that you can benefit from the abundance that you will create because you're in a great relationship with the life. The Nine of Pentacles, you know, it's very physical. As I was telling you, like, it's almost architectural in its energies, that it's tangible. It's very much like has a foundation that will be stable in your life. And of course, this could be like a business or something like that. And with the Nine of Pentacles, of course, it could mean money. But whatever that will be, the Nine of Pentacles represents you reaping the benefits. You getting the results into your life from this Ace into 9. So expect a big result coming in from this. Three of Swords. You know, you receiving, because that was what I was getting at the beginning of your message. You receiving, there's a dance between you and life, and you receiving, and that is part of the beauty that is you. You receiving 9 times this pentacle will be so healing for you. That is like a pause in time where you will want to just press the pause button and just stay there for a while to enjoy the new energies that are being created in your mind and in your heart of easiness and lightness and abundance. You will want to stay there, and you will be able to stay there because of how stable this is. The Magician. Yeah, look at the roots. Look how much these look like each other. Just a double confirmation of the tree with the big roots, representing this temple that you will build together with life. And the last card, Four of Swords. Peace, harmony. You letting down your 2 swords, life letting down their 2 swords. You're done fighting, you're done being in disagreement and misalignment. You will just sit down here on the grass and have a nice picnic together, listen to the birds, and just enjoy the time you will spend with the life when life starts to shape up for you. Let's see, you can see this here. Yeah, okay. Pile 4, you have so much to look forward to. Great job dealing with life this far, but please know that everything that is beautiful with you will be represented within life. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in your next reading. Bye.